Good afternoon, good evening, and maybe good morning, wherever you are in the world. How are you doing right now? At this very moment, how do you feel? Are you feeling glad or are you sad? Are you frustrated? Are you fearful? Are you angry or are you content? So many emotions can arise and they can change with the snap of a finger. So, today I'm going to talk about a few things. First, I should introduce myself in case you're a new person. My name is Skywalker Payne, and I'm the founder of Vibrant Velvet Voice Productions. And I'm an oral storyteller and an energy healer. And I come on every day this month as part of a video challenge. It's to create this habit of getting on doing live videos. And I'm beginning to get into the habit, although sometimes you have to really think, what can I talk about today for 15 minutes that will keep people occupied and interested? So, what I want to begin with is let's consider mindfulness, because mindfulness is another healing practice. We've talked about gratitude a few times, and I never can stop talking about gratitude because gratitude is your superpower. Gratitude is the source of abundance and fulfillment and generosity. Because if you are not grateful for what you have, it means you're not seeing possibilities and potentials, and you are missing opportunities. So, gratitude is extremely important. And on that theme, I'm grateful for Tina D. Lewis again for introducing me to an online wellness shopping club that's phenomenal. And this month, you can get a year-long membership for just $1. $1. And with that $1, you will have access to products that are eco-friendly, safe, and healing for yourself, for your home, for your family. So if you're interested in getting healthier, creating a more healing home, physically healing home, just make a comment, let me know, and I will get back to you. Hi, Daniel. Yes, I did. I'm happy to see you here, and I'm excited about the new website. I haven't got a chance to go to it yet, but I got the notice, and I'll be checking it out. And I'm looking forward to being able to participate in some group recitations of the seven line prayer. But right now, I'm talking about mindfulness in a general way of being aware of what our mind is thinking, aware of what our emotions are feeling, aware of what we're saying out of our mouth, and of course, aware of what we're doing. Mindfulness is not just something you can get by sitting with your legs crossed. Mindfulness is a practice. And one of these days, we'll go through a mindfulness practice. But to do a mindfulness practice, you have to be ready to let your mind relax and let your mind relax and go on into being aware. Daniel's my only person here, and I know you know about mindfulness and how to do a mindfulness practice. But I just wanted to mention mindfulness today to whoever is listening and drops by, because mindfulness is an essential practice that you don't learn in school. They don't even teach it to you when you're in college or work. Although now there's many mindfulness teachers online and in yoga studios and meditation centers. But I just want to say, for those who don't want to do yoga, who don't meditate, to let you know that mindfulness is important to you too, because mindfulness is just being aware. It's being mindful. It's paying attention to the moment, to exactly what is going on. Mindfulness means that when you are going out to eat dinner, you actually enjoy it. And I'm sure that many and most Americans who've been in this situation will be so happy to enjoy going out to a restaurant that they won't spend the time on their phone, but will spend the time being mindful of the environment, of the food you're eating, and of the company you're with. This is what mindfulness is. It's being aware of what's around you. And once again, this is another commercial for a wonderful, established online wellness shopping center that provides everything you need for your home and your family for health and wellness. And if you're interested, just let me know, because I have joined this shopping center and I am really happy and want to share this with you so that you too can have a healing and happy home. Now, today, I don't know why, but I just feel like sharing some poetry with you. Because for me, poetry is healing. Poetry is a means of healing your story, it's a way of expressing your healed home. And I've been writing poetry all my life, but I really don't consider myself a serious poet. But I am a published poet. I had this broadside published a long time ago when I was known as Damali, a beautiful vision, and Bashira, bringer of good tidings. And this book actually began when I was in high school. But I'm not going to read the poem I wrote when I was in high school. I'm going to read the others that I wrote when I was in college. And the book was published by Third World Press in Chicago. And it was a very long time ago, and I was very young. But I think this is some of the best poetry I've written, other than my haikus. And it brings back memories of a time now gone in Washington, D.C., when I lived in Washington, D.C. And when I moved to Washington, D.C., I was in my early 20s. And I had lived as a child, even though we were on an Air Force base, there was some diversity, but it was mostly still uniform, not too many Black people, some different people, some Asian people. But it was integrated, but more white people than Black people. When I moved to Washington, D.C., in my 20s, it was a totally new experience, a totally Black experience I'd never had. I had got a job at Howard University, which was a Black university, and I worked at the hospital. I enrolled in their University Without Walls. I attended lectures with writers and artists and just revolved in a whole new world, which led me to write most of the poems in this book. And this one was called Observations of a Saturday Night Crowd After Attending a Concert. A smoky kaleidoscope my people create, fashioned in cold khaki and cream, sown from spring soil, they stream in tones of acorn and chestnut ornate. A dusky rainbow they unfold, eclipses of David's cloth, in ink and alabaster. Groomed from the dark that precedes disaster, they glisten in glimpses of gold. Subtle as autumn's sober hues, a variegated harmony of delight. My people of sable sight redeem dingy chalk avenues. And that was written in the style of a sonnet. This poem was written after I attended another concert, Soul Home Feeling. I have a friend that said, good food makes him grin. The kind of grin that makes you feel all good, so good, you have to move to keep from breaking. But me, just a smile. Didn't think then to tell him what makes me grin until sitting in that cool, dark chair, I traveled 4,000 miles, 4,000 years to home, through the music of drums older than memory, pulsing strongly, a rhythm blacker than midnight earth. I danced in the drums of Max Roach, while my grin swallowed whole that cool, dark jaw. And that was when I watched a concert of Max Roach at Howard University, where I saw a lot of jazz musicians. So it was a fortunate time and a fortunate place to be. What else do we have here? Is my poems. Here, I think I'm going to read all four of these because they capture the time that I was living in. This was two black men on the front page of the Washington Post. Some faces pass by as dissipating clouds. Some faces remain as uninvited visitors. These faces disrupt the harmony of ignorance and trigger the odyssey to understanding. One revolution has passed and another begun since their imprisoned faces first seized mine. And over and again, I see them beneath the headlines that accused them of murder. The older, of an uncertain age, stands straight as a tree toughens to the storms of time. His rough, immobile face conceals the lie or the truth. His eyes' sharp silence stab a fatal wound. The younger, bowed as an unjustly beat dog, looks downward with hidden eyes. His face, unscarred, is smooth and gentle, but the pressure of a secret burden shatters his mouth. Innocent, the larger world forgot them, yet still they stand at my doorstep. I would have them enter my home to touch their faces and understand. And that was written when I was in my 20s, new in DC, seeing and observing an incident of injustice. But at least they were found innocent. And this applies for the times we're living in. That even though we say we're progressing and the dates have changed, so much remains the same. And this poem was written a long, long, long time ago, like over, the book was published in 1974, and the poem was written before that. Revolution. Too many tears with the blood have been wasted too many years. In May, not all children play, nor all lovers walk together tree-shaded lanes. A vampire reddens the earth, darkens the sky, drinks the blood of young living. Is there any good? Will fear ever end? Where is escape from this labyrinth of lies, of half-truths? Will dreams, like birds with fractured wings, ever fly again? Tomorrow is a question mark. Today is an answer. The earth needs a strong scrubbing to clean its blighted, bloody floor. And man, like a broken bead necklace, needs a patient hand to make him one again. Truths expressed. Once I wrote a poem about the bus. Today, I know the unpoetic truth of bus riders. Their faces are novels, not poetry. And we're going to do one more because we've reached the end of our 15 minutes. And two short poems to end on a note of enthusiasm and positivity. That we may be. Let us remove the shields from our eyes that we may see our sameness. Release our clenched fists that we may join hands and create. Open our closed ears that we may hear the other's song. For our peoplehood will never rise until we find strength within the other. Let us discover the meaning of family that we may be. Wishing you a good evening or day wherever you are in the world.